What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of CollectCo Connection, your one and only accounts receivable podcast. Today, we're joined by a powerhouse in global outsourcing, Mr. Kobus Nel, CEO of Afrishore BPO in South Africa, recently named CEO of the Year at the prestigious Africa Career Summit and Gala Awards 2025 in Johannesburg. Kobus has been recognized as a visionary leader with unwavering commitment to excellence. Under his guidance, Afrishore BPO has become one of South Africa's leading staffing solution providers, specializing in servicing key international markets across the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, and so many more. Afrishore's robust service offerings span from sales, customer service, lead warming, retentions, IT support, and of course, debt collection, making them a trusted partner for global organizations seeking top-tier talent and performance. And with all that being said, I couldn't be more excited to sit down and welcome my man, Mr. Kobus Nel. Welcome to the show, brother. Good to have you.
Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you to you. Thank you to your listeners. And really excited to join you today and share a bit about what we humbly do back here in South Africa. But always good to see you, my friend. Thank you.
Oh, always great to see you. Always great to see you. In fact, for those of you all listening, Kobus and myself, or just partnership with my company, obviously with our affiliation with some of our global networks, we go way, way back. He couldn't be more familiar with the world that I'm living in, which made me so excited to get more familiar with the world that he's living in. And so today I want to talk about all things and everything Afrishore. Before we jump in, I do want to share when Kobus and I first met, he showed me a trailer video of his BPO campus in South Africa. And when I tell you, my goodness of a complex and this world that you've put together for your employees and your staff and your dedication to your clients, honestly, I was just truly blown away, and I can't wait to get over there and visit the campus myself someday.
Yeah, we would be honored to have you with us, Chris. And yeah, we've got a beautiful campus. It's definitely designed for the people, and environment is key.
Yeah, no, it really does kind of foster and cultivate an environment of growth and comfortability, and it just seems so authentic and genuine. And I think that boils down from the top, and that's why I'm stoked to talk to you today. So let's jump into it. Speaking of how stunning your campus is in South Africa, it really stands out across other BPO call centers that I've obviously seen coast to coast, different countries, regions. So how has the physical environment contributed to like morale, productivity, and client impressions? Like, I'm sure you have clients come and visit the site from time to time. How has that environment really cultivated the success that you guys are seeing today?
Yeah, thank you very much, Chris. It means a lot. The space didn't happen by chance. It was built with real intention and with a very personal purpose behind it. I started on the phones as one of the first South African agents many years ago, I might add, to serve UK Blue Label clients. I was young, ambitious, and learning fast. And I remember exactly how it felt walking into that center the very first day. Some days the environment lifted me, other days it made it a bit harder. But that experience never left me. So when the time came for us to build Afrishore, and especially the physical environment itself, I knew what I wanted to do more than just run a BPO. I wanted to redefine what it feels like to actually work in one. I wanted every agent, every team member to walk into a space that says, you matter and you are seen. You've got a room to grow here. Because for me, this industry gave me a start, and giving back by creating jobs, careers, and purpose-built spaces is how I would like to return the favor. The campus is definitely a reflection of that. It's open, it's light-filled,
Yeah.
tech-enabled, but more than that, it's a physical promise, one that tells our people they belong to something that's going somewhere, one that tells our clients you are partnered with a team that doesn't settle, We built to scale with care and clarity. And I think we've always believed that environment shapes energy. And I think you touched on that word earlier.
I love
When
that.
people feel
Environment shapes energy. I love that. Gosh, continue. I'm sorry.
No, absolutely. When people feel proud, and pride is one of our values, but when people feel proud of where they work, they show up differently. It translates directly into the solutions and the services any customer or any client would receive from us. It's not just about desks and decor. We wanted to make sure that culture is made visible.
Yeah,
And when local or global clients come to visit, they feel it. You had a bit of that taste virtually.
I
I can
did.
guarantee you the actual experience is just so much different. So that's what Afrishore stands for, and that's why we've built it this way.
Gosh, I love that. Love that. And as I even just mentioned, I think that that authentic and genuine approach and leaning into developing and harvesting that type of culture, it starts from the top. So kudos to you. Kudos to your leadership team, because even just from yours and I's communications and obviously getting to see that type of campus trailer, I mean, it just screams authenticity and a beautiful place to work. It really does. Let's jump into so going into how you kind of developed each of the different, because there's different rooms. It's not like everybody's all locked into one main floor of just 100 different agents, right? So I would ask, what are some of the core operational strategies that you've implemented to ensure the scalability and the efficiency across the service offering? Because I mean, from IT work to customer service to billing and invoicing, retention, mitigate, like you really built this world. What was kind of the strategy in employing that type of really scalable, like Atmos campus?
Yeah, Chris, at Afrishore, we don't believe in waiting for problems to arise. We built to anticipate them. Scalability and efficiency aren't just targets for us. They commitments we make to our clients every day. So what we did in the design is we put our teams and systems to be flexible and agile. I think our human capital department, as what we would like to call them, is very proactive in their application. And it's to ensure that we create agent readiness, especially just based on the high unemployment volumes we have within South Africa. But I think that's not a problem for us. It's actually allowing us to scale up much quicker.
Yeah.
And when clients grow, we grow with them and we shift our priorities accordingly. So therefore we can seamlessly adapt to any new demands as we've got pre-trained FTEs. But beyond structure, I think, Chris, what is really important is mindset. We foster that within our difference, how we empower our teams, how dedicated our resources are. I think something that comes very naturally to all South African members is a position of empathy, and the customers on the other side of the lines enjoy that. But that ownership means when there is a challenge, it's obviously met swiftly, without hesitation, but definitely with confidence.
Yeah.
We invest heavily in setting up different parts of the campus to service different solutions that we offer for various verticals, but it also gives us real-time insights that we use through our performance tools. But for our international partners, it really means that you get a BPO solution that flexes with you. We elastic and do get stretched from time to time, but we enjoy that. And we respond to the needs of our clients, but obviously never losing sight on quality.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to say one of the most unique things that you had shared with me the last time we talked is, so obviously you've got clients that are global, right? You could have some in the States, you could have some in the UK. And when we were going through some of that classroom to classroom tour, if you will, is you've got like the local news of a client, if it was a US client, or you've got posters and, branded logos of your actual client. They're like living and breathing in this world to get them as close as possible to the market that they are providing service towards. And when you shared with me some of those concepts, like built into the scalability and the strategy, like, my goodness, man, I don't think I've seen anybody else taking what's that expression? Know thy customer, know thy client. Like, you guys are taking that to the nth level and making sure that all of those service operators for any region or client are so in touch and so attuned to the needs and the specific nuances of whatever culture or region that they're providing the service towards. Like, I was honestly blown away. And I think that it really speaks to what you were mentioning earlier about fostering and harvesting that type of culture where you do show up and you're proud to be there. Like I said, I just think it's an incredible pursuit. I've never seen other BPOs doing it just like you guys are doing it.
Thank you, Chris. Means a lot.
No, of course, of course. Let's talk a little bit about the talent pool, which I admittedly know a lot less about. So, can you share some insights on how you're leveraging the South Africa talent pool and infrastructure to be able to support international clients? Like, I remember when we talked previously, you were kind of blowing my mind at the level of intellect and the level of hunger and the level of just absolutely qualified agents that are almost on standby, just ready to go. Like, hey, put me in the game, coach. I'm ready to rock and roll. Talk to me about how you're leveraging that talent pool.
South Africa talent is truly a hidden gem, Chris, and we're proud to bring that to the global stage. Our people are naturally culturally attuned, fluent in English, as well as other European languages, and obviously deeply committed to delivering empathetic and exceptional service. They understand the nuances of the US and the UK markets because we invest in ongoing geo training and development. And you've touched on it just now that, that's very largely entrenched, that we not just by word but by look and feel on the campus as well, are a true extension of every single one of our clients and the sectors that we look after. But it's also more than talent. It's about infrastructure and reliability. We positioned in bandwidth priority zones with robust internet connectivity. Even during major third-party cable maintenance, we have alternative routes in place. But we see Afrishore as a bridge connecting international companies to a workforce that is both skilled, super passionate, and supported by world-class systems and standards. So the blend of talent and infrastructure allows us to deliver exceptional value without compromise. And I think that's why our clients do choose to grow with us, and we're very thankful for that.
Love that. I love that so much. Yeah, when we talked the first time, honestly, I was blown away at just the talent pool, some of the things that you were sharing, just in your training process and, making sure that you got what's the expression, the right butts and the right seats, the right skills and quality for the right service offering that you're providing. You've put together just like this end to end, A to Z kind of network, really being able to leverage just such a proficient talent pool to, as you said, be that bridge to a global network of those who, quite frankly, either maybe they can't find the necessary talent in their region, maybe they can't afford the necessary talent in their region. And so you really are that bridge for endless possibility if you're looking to scale in that direction. I think it's incredible. I want to touch on, sorry, please.
I just wanted to add, I think with not just English or command of the English language, I think it's also how neutral the accents are. So, as some of the competitive landscapes or geos that we compete against, South Africa has really got something special and different to offer. And that definitely stems from the talent that we've got.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I think the proof is in the pudding just from everything that I've seen in the research and leading up to getting to talk with you. I want to jump back over to like technologies. Obviously, some of your clients, whether it's in the finance sector, whether it's in more of like a cybersecurity support, some of these guys are really hot and heavy on the compliance, make sure that everything is secure, SOC 2, Type 2, like all of that type of make sure that all loose ends are shored up. Talk to me a little bit about like how you're currently monitoring performance, managing the quality assurance, and ensuring that that data security inside of the call center operations is working the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, I think all businesses worldwide are technology businesses these days, Chris. In today's world, trust is built on transparency and security. Our clients need to know exactly what's happening every moment on every call. And at Afrishore, we also leverage AI-driven speech and sentiment analytics, whether that's for the FTEs on campus or those that are within our work from home model. But it allows us to monitor quality in real time. I think custom dashboards, as an analyst at heart, if we can't showcase something on a dashboard, it doesn't make sense to anyone. So our dashboarding is quite key to make sure that we give clients full visibility into the KPIs that matter most to them. We also take data security quite seriously. I mean, within the financial services landscape within South Africa alone, it's heavily regulated. And I think, with everything that is housed these days with cloud infrastructure, at least we do have those compliance elements, but with full redundancy and according to the strictest regulations, including GDPR and our local POPI Act. It's not just about ticking boxes. It's really about creating a foundation of trust. And that lets our partners focus on their growth while we handle the operational details. So when you work with Afrishore, you're essentially choosing a partner who values your data as much as what you do, and we help CEOs sleep at night.
Yes. Yes. I want to pick your brain a little deeper on that one. So, first of all, I love that you guys have created a dashboard for the client. And you know as well as I know, especially in the debt collection world, one of the biggest challenges, nobody knows what the heck is going on. And so, if I got to send an email for an update, what's happening on this? Well, what about this account? It just becomes a very manual and mundane process. So being able to access a dashboard online, hit your measurable KPIs, have the overview on the what and the how and the why at all times. Like, what type of elements or components are inside of that dashboard that you're providing to your clients, so they're also sleeping well at night because they know they've got all the information right in front of them. Talk to me a little about the dashboard. You with me?
Yeah, sorry, I am. We lost you there for a few seconds, but welcome back.
No worries, I'm back. Yeah, I just said talk to me a little bit about the dashboard. Like, what type of components do the clients actually have visibility on?
As I said earlier, Chris, transparency is absolutely key. So, during our onboarding process, we have a fairly extensive governance and implementation document that we complete. We understand what's important to various levels within the client's organization, and then the customization begins. So the first layer would be where there's an operational element, and that would be in normal KPIs, whether that's log in, log out times, your average handling time, your conversion rates, your QA scores, etc. That would be an operational dashboard. We then take it a level up whereby we start monitoring trends, and those trends are quite important. What does week on week, month on month, year on year look like? Even sometimes just even quarter on quarter makes a big difference. To be able to showcase and exemplify the various seasonality that can also occur in customer behavior and the management thereof. And then we take it a level up. And I think that's what's really important for some of the executive leadership that we work with. And that's what we call forecasting. So we then start taking all of those trends and we start forecasting it to meaningfully be able to engage with a client in terms of their specific trends, fully customized. And we then able to have a conversation saying, this is what the world possibly looks like in the next 3 to 6 or 12 months.
That's wild. It's
And
that level 3 Kobus where you start forecasting. That's where you got me hooked, man.
yeah, so we've got fantastic, and I'm very blessed with our BI analysts that we've got that are within our internal team. But I think to sum it up, Chris, when anyone looks at a dashboard, it basically comes down to two things, and that we call insights and oversights. So what is it that we can learn out of the statistics, but also what is it that we have possibly missed?
Yeah. No, I think that's so key. And even going into, I think it was your level 2, is identifying the trends. Because as you noted, some service capacities are seasonal. So your ability to identify and pivot when necessary, like let's say that there's one service sequence that's really heavy on, I don't know, just making phone calls, right? But you notice, hey, wait a minute, the engagement or the connectivity from phone calls kind of decreasing. Let's try and do like a text campaign, shoot out some SMS. And then all of a sudden you see, whoa, the demographic, they might be younger demographic, younger folks. Obviously, Gen X or Z, we all like our text messages. And so having your eye on that type of data to be able to pivot to garner the greatest results and then utilize that information over a period of time to then jump into your level 3, which is forecasting and assumptive probability, they all work in tandem with each other. And I think it's just incredible that not only are you performing that level of analytics, but it's right in front of the client that you're providing that insight, oversight, and feedback to along the way. And to me, that is what a successful partnership is. It really is. The proof is in the pudding, and it's the communication and that back and forth sharing.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris, and happy to have a separate session because dashboarding we can talk for days on end. And I think what it really just comes to when we use the term business intelligence, I think specifically within financial services, credit partners, when it comes to sales or receivables management, those insights are key. We need to understand customer movement and correctly to your point, who is responding to what and how do we start tailor making especially receivable strategies to ensure that it's not a spray and pray approach. We understand the narrative, we understand the communication that's needed with every customer. And I think it's really just to make sure that we connect at the level that the customer expects, and we meet the customer at that level in order to then either do a sell, an upsell, or collection.
Yeah, yeah. One, you bring up such a brilliant point is not only are those analytics so essential for the client, but as business intelligence, being the business owner, if you're able to leverage that analytic to find a gap for an upsell or an expansive opportunity and go, hey, look, we found over here is a massive hole. We can help you service fill that hole, and it's going to expedite and make the rest of that lineology a lot more efficient and effective. It just is like you're getting the wins on each side, leveraging dashboard analytics, which I think is so key, especially in 2025. You mentioned AI earlier, and I mean, we're just scratching the surface on what technology or our definition of technology is today. It's going through the roof. So seeing and hearing that your team is at the forefront of that technological evolution is so key. And to be fair, from everything I know about you and your team, I'm not surprised that you guys are at the forefront and you're carrying the football with all these new advances. It's so important.
Well, NFL season's about to kick off, so we're ready.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Get those US market TV stations on, all right? Put the game on. Look, Kobus, I know that we're getting short on time, but I just want to hit you with one more question. And I promise I'll let you go. And I kind of want to just go back to where we started is obviously looking at the beautiful campus, talking about how you've created and harvested this culture of pride and people who are showing up, and again, the talent pool, the intellect. What is your team doing to like approach employee retention or engage or like professional development within your teams? Like, what does the training program look like, and what is that ongoing kind of maintenance of satisfaction of your staff? What does that world look like?
Chris, career pathways is the only way. Culture is at the heartbeat of Afrishore. I don't think without having clear and correct pathways and ongoing learning opportunities, without that, we wouldn't have the culture that we do have. Our micro learning programs and internal certifications help our people grow. It's an opportunity that, I had to figure out for myself, navigating my way through. And it's not just in their jobs, but it's also how do we build professionals and how do we build individuals. So our spaces and programs that celebrate wins just try and foster connection and support employee wellness. So when people feel cared for and heard and challenged, they stay. And they bring their best. They bring their best selves every single day. Clients definitely feel the impact, and I will say positive impact, of that investment in the consistency and the ownership of our teams that they bring then to every single interaction. At Afrishore, it's not just about outsourcing work, but we're cultivating a community of motivated, continuous learning, purpose-driven professionals who really take pride in representing each of our client brands.
I love that. Goodness, I love it. It makes me think of there's a book, I think it's popular global. It's by Khalil Gibran. It's called The Prophet. And he's got a quote in that book that is, work is love made visible. And my interpretation of that is you got to love what you do. And if you have that type of backing and you have that support and you have that pride that we spoke about, that is work is love made visible. And I really just think that it's tremendous. Even like an expression that I use with my team, my sales team in the States, is this is a career. This is not a job. I don't want you to look at this as a job, because anybody could leave this job, go to another job. Like, the most important thing that I could do as a leader is build that career path for you, help and assist with the professional development, help and assist with creating this environment where work is love made visible, where you want to show up and you're excited to show up. And I think that that really hits the nail on the head on everything that you and your team are doing over at the Afrishore campuses. Because I mean, look, you and I have spoken. I got to see it firsthand through some of our discussions in the video. Like, it just screams pride and culture and authenticity and a genuine want to be successful and sustain development on a career path. And you know what? That's the name of the game. Like, it doesn't get any better than that, Kobus. And so really, really proud to see what you guys are doing over there. And as I said, first opportunity I get to come hang out with you over at the campus, we're going to have to set up a big party for all staff included. We'll go to your courtyard and we'll have a cookout or something.
Absolutely, Chris. And I want to say, you know, thank you for giving me the space on your platform to share the Afrishore journey and vision. I think what we're building here is definitely more than a business. You touched on it. It's building a community. You know, a lot of terms get used like impact sourcing, but I think that impact is visible by the thousands of jobs that are created with international companies trusting the South African workforce to become partners with them. And I think for clients listening around the world, whether you're already part of the Afrishore family or considering joining us, know this, that we're committed to being more than just a service provider. We want to become an extension, and hopefully each of those organizations can put their footprint within South Africa, but also their brand. And anyone curious enough to see it firsthand, the door is always open. Chris will bring the barbecue. We'd love to welcome you to our campus, introduce you to our people who make it possible, and show you how we turn intention into impact every day. Come walk the campus, meet the team, and see how we're reimagining BPO services and solutions just one conversation at a time.
One
We'd love to host
conversation
you.
at a time, baby. My guy, Mr. Kobus Nel, the pleasure is truly all mine. Thank you, thank you, thank you for entering my crazy CollectCo Connection world for a little bit to share just the fascinating growth, development, and entity community that is Afrishore. I appreciate you so much. We talk frequently, so I know that this isn't going to be the last time, but I just really want to thank you for popping on with me and sharing some war stories about all the awesome things you guys are doing over there. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, Mr. Kobus. For everybody listening, I'm going to make sure that I put all of the Afrishore contact information website. If you want to go and pop on, peek around, go and see firsthand some of the epic things that they're doing over there, I would absolutely recommend it. I promise you, you'll be just as blown away as I was the first time I got to get a sneak peek. So, Kobus Nel, thank you very much, sir. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
Thank you, Chris. Good day.